Unit 3, quiz review before the quiz. So the first one says that we are going to solve the following system all three ways. So I've got my system, and I'm going to solve it by substitution first. So I'm just going to rewrite my system. Oops. Oh, issue with my stylus here. There we go. And 3x plus y equals 6. So if I want to solve this by substitution, I've got to isolate one of the variables first, probably within one step, to be able to do my substitution. So I'm going to take and I'm going to look at my first equation, and I could isolate x in one step. So to do that, I would add 2y. I'm going to just put it up above because I've got a little bit more space there, to both sides. So that's going to allow me to isolate x in one step. So x is equal to 2y plus 2. So that's what I'm going to take and do my substitution with. So I'm going to circle it, and I'm going to put it into the other equation where I see the x. So the substitution step is occurring right here. So 2y plus 2 is what I'm substituting in for x, plus y equals 6. Now I'm going to distribute 6y plus 6 plus y equals 6. I get 7y equals 12. I paused the video because I was like, uh-oh, something's not working, because I made a mistake, and I hope all of you caught my mistake. My brain was working faster than my pen was. So we have 7y plus 6 equals 6. Subtract 6 from both sides, and we get 7y equals 0. Well, to isolate and get y by itself, I've got to divide by 7. So I end up with y is 0. So I'm halfway there. I need to find my x now. So I'm going to go back into, I always go back into the first original. That's just what I do. X minus 2 times y, which we just found to be 0, equals 2. And we get x minus 0 equals 2. So x equals 2. So the solution to my system is 2, 0. So over here in this next block, I'm going to solve it by elimination. Hopefully, my answer should come out to be 2, 0, because I'm solving the same system just by a different method. So with elimination, we've got to get opposites over each other so we can get something to eliminate. I think I might choose to eliminate the y's. So I'm going to multiply this bottom equation by -2. So I'm not doing anything with the first equation, but I'm going to distribute to everything that -2. So -6x minus 2y. I am an absolute hot mess today. Where was my mistake? Boom. Should be a +2 plus 6. I think all this snow, I'm doing this on Sunday night, all this snow is getting to my brain, equals 12. There we go. Now we have opposites. The y's cancel out. We get 7x equals 14. And I think the problem is I'm hoping that we have a snow day tomorrow. Wouldn't that be nice? X equals 2. So again, I'm halfway there. I've got to take my value of x and plug it in to, I'm going to go back into the first original, so 2, where my x is, minus 2 times y equals, what does that equal? Equals 2. And I'm going to solve for y, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides and get -2y equals 0. I'm going to divide by -2, and I'm going to get y equals 0. So my solution, again, 2, 0. Good so far. Now let's take, again, the same system, and let's solve it graphically. So I'm going to rewrite my system, which is x minus 2y equals 2. I'm going to spread them out a little bit because when we solve them graphically, we got to isolate y. Let's just make sure I have them written down correctly. And I do not. Wow, if you guys had $1 for every mistake I've made today in this video, you guys would have a few bucks in your pocket. All right, so let's take this first equation and let's isolate y. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So negative 2y equals negative x plus 2. I'm going to divide by negative 2. Everything by that negative 2. And I'm going to get y is equal to, negative divided by negative is a positive. Hope you all agree. So we end up with a positive x, or 1x over 2, and that's minus 1 for that one. And let's do the same thing with the second equation. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides and get y is equal to negative 3x plus 6. So I've isolated both. Now I'm going to go back up into my first one, and I'm going to change colors here. So my slope is a negative 1/2. Is a positive 1/2. And my slope is negative 1. Let's see what it does for this bottom one. My slope is a positive 3, and my y-intercept is 6. So let's go and graph that first one. So I begin on negative 1, and then I rise up 1 and I run 2. I rise up 1 and I run 2, and I grab my straight edge to make sure that this is nice and accurate. And I'm going to put arrows on it, and I'm going to label it with the original. And now I'm going to go and graph my second one. So my y-intercept, where I begin on that one, I'm going to begin up at 6. And then I'm going to go, holy smokes, folks. This is the fifth mistake. Minus 3. Let's go back down here. I'm going to rewrite it. Woo! Minus 3. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and right 1. Down 1, 2, 3, and right 1. And it has, lo and behold, intersected that line that I have. Down, did I make another mistake? Down 1, 2, 3, and right 1. No, I didn't. Whew. Holy smokes, because I think that's 5. If I had to pay all of you $5 for, because I made 5 mistakes, and I have about 50 students, I'd be out a whole lot of money right before Black Friday, and that wouldn't be good, would it? All right, so let's label that. 3x plus y equals, oh gracious, equals 6. So there's my solution. Bingo, 2, 0. All right, so same system, 3 ways. You should always get the same answer. Let's hop over to the next page. Word problem. All right, so what do we do with the word problems is we're going to highlight. We're going to say, okay, 70 concert tickets were sold for $550 each. Adult tickets are $9. Children tickets are $5. Find the number of adult and the number of children tickets sold. So we've got 2 types of tickets. And I can't write with the highlighter. All right, so children tickets, we'll call those C. And adult tickets, we'll call those A. And then we're going to have 2 equations. We're going to have total tickets and total money. So my total tickets says right here 70. So A plus C equals 70. And now the money, so the adult tickets are $9. So 9A plus the children tickets, 5 times every child tickets sold equals my money, $5.50. So now I could do one of two things. I could solve this by elimination, or I could solve it by substitution. Really doesn't matter. I think I will practice a little. Let's do elimination, and I think I'm going to get rid of the c's. So I'm going to multiply that top equation by a -5. So I'm going to distribute negative 5a minus 5c equals negative 350. And then 9a plus 5c equals 550. Now I can eliminate. Okay, I got opposites for my c's. I'm going to combine like terms. 4a equals, and I believe that is 200. Divide by 4. So adult tickets, 50. So we've got 50 adult tickets. And then the children's tickets, we can go back right into that original one. And some of you are saying, it's 20, it's 20. I just subtract. Absolutely, that's totally what you do. So we've got 50 adult tickets plus how many children tickets would give me 70. And we would subtract 50 in our brain, and we get children's tickets to be 20. So if you can do those kinds of problems, you are going to do fabulous on the quiz.